All right. We had a slight delay, about half an hour or so, mainly because I was in Rocky working. I didn't leave till later than I thought I would. All right, Mike's working. That's good. Let's get these links shared, and then we'll get going. Game 4, Toronto-Boston. Boston crushed the Leafs in Game 3. Now it's 2-1 Leafs, the series. Let's get the link to Facebook. Cool. All right. Let's go. Leafs Bruins Game 4. Toronto up 2-1. Still in T-Dot. Chance for the Leafs to put the Bruins on the brink. Who saw this one coming? Through 3 games of the series. I don't think anybody. Welcome inside Scotiabank Arena, Toronto, Ontario. Toronto Maple Leafs and the Boston Bruins doing battle here. Game 4 of this Eastern Conference semifinal. The Leafs up 2-1 in the series. Freddie Anderson back in between the pipes for Toronto, and Tuukka Rask back in between the pipes for Boston. Toronto counting on a better effort than they got in Game 4. Were crushed and blown out 8-4 in that one, and we are about to be underway here from Toronto, Ontario, Scotiabank Arena, as here come the Bruins at the first possession of the game. It's Bergeron scores! Bergeron from Pasternak, 20 seconds in. Carlton the very happy, but the Boston Bruins are. Patrice Bergeron is first of the postseason, and just like that, 1-0 Bruins. Not the start the Toronto Maple Leafs had in mind. Raucous crowd silence, and that is the exact start you want playing on the road. Get this crowd sat down and settled down and go to work. Nothing quite takes the wind out of a crowd like an early goal by the visitors. And that certainly has happened in this one. Here come the Maple Leafs, though, back the other way. Cross ice feed taken away. Zdeno Chara. There's the Bruins with an early 1-goal advantage here in Game 4. Trying to tie the series up before it heads back south to Boston, Mass on Sunday afternoon. Here's a chance, Marner. Great stop. Tuukka Rask will make the save. We're back in action tonight with the playoff simulation, obviously. Had to take a little break on Thursday so I could go blast triple digits around the links. So there you go. Here's Marner now from the far side. Gets stopped by Tuukka Rask. He'll hold on to that. As the Maple Leafs continue to be led by Alexander Kerfoot. Bit of an unlikely hero in these playoffs. Lots of those to go around. Calgary being led by Milan Lucic. Boston controls the draw in their own zone. Here comes Ondrej Kase. Bruins trying to gain on their 1-goal lead. Kase in the corner. Kase down the boards. It comes to Ritchie in the corner. Down to the near side. Goes off of Cody Ceci and right into Frederik Andersen, who will hold on to that. As we're going to draw now to the right of Freddie Andersen. 2 minutes and 50 seconds come and gone here in the first period. 1-0, the Bees lead it. First shot of the hockey game, 20 seconds in. Patrice Bergeron, first of the playoffs. Plenty of assists to go around for Bergeron, though. There's David Pasternak and Brad Marchand. Perhaps not scoring as much as you'd like him to in this series, but certainly have been factors nonetheless. Toronto's going to put this one in deep after sending it out of play. Gathered by Torrey Krug. Now up the wall comes to Charlie Coyle. Coyle over the line for Boston. Into the middle comes back Coyle. Now on the far side. Kasha! Great stop by Anderson. He'll hold on to that. 17:26 to go in the opening period here in Toronto. Maple Leafs, if they're getting blown out on home ice, make a little bit of a change, wearing their alternate uniforms from back in the 1920s. Toronto Arenas was their name back then. Here's Krejci back to the line. There is Grzelcyk. Matt Grzelcyk walks in. He shoots. Tip in front. Stopped by Anderson. You're just joining us. 1-0 Beantown early. Just about 3 minutes into this one. Patrice Bergeron, first shot of the game, beat Anderson low to the blocker side. 20 seconds in on the very first rush of the game. As here come the Bruins back in. Anders Bjork. Bjork along the boards. Back to the line, Grzelcyk. Grzelcyk to the line, Miller. A drive, shot blocked. DeBrusque to Bjork. Shot, another shot blocked by Justin Hall. It's going to come out. Now with it is Toronto. Alexander Kerfoot. Dermott right in front. Mikheyev couldn't hold on. Couldn't get a good shot away there. Stopped by Tuukka Rask. As we'll get a draw deep in Boston territory now. The Maple Leafs trying to put the Bruins on the brink going into Game 5 in Boston on Sunday afternoon. Spezza. Gauthier far side backhander glove save by Tuukka Rask. He'll hold on to that. 4 minutes gone. Not a lot of flow here in the early going of this one. Pretty slow going. A lot of whistles. Just 4 minutes elapsed here in the first period. Already 7 minutes into the broadcast. Here come the Boston Bruins. Put in deep by Austin Wagner. Gathered there by Barry. Back to the line, but the Bruins control on a turnover. Joachim Nordstrom. Chara. Now Wagner tries to go down low for Nordstrom, but it's turned over. Here come the Maple Leafs. Kyle Clifford over the line for Toronto. He's knocked off the puck, maybe tripped up one, and the penalty call didn't get it. Chris Wagner is able to carry out for the Bruins. He puts it in deep. Gathered there by Morgan Riley. Riley up the wall. Freddie Gauthier. Gauthier, he comes out. Gauthier in over the line. Now to Riley. Riley to Barry. Oh, he didn't miss it by much. Tyson Barry nearly tying the game. As we've played 5 minutes, 22 seconds now of this first period here in Toronto. Maple Leafs, they won both games in their building in round one. They've already dropped the first one of this series. Beat the Tampa Bay Lightning in 4 straight after losing the first game of the series in Tampa Bay in overtime. Put in deep by Toronto. Now knocked off the puck and tripped up. In fact, referee's going to say it was Brandon Carlo and Mitch Marner. That'll mean he's going to have to serve 2 minutes for tripping. With 5 minutes and 55 seconds gone in the first period, Boston, I don't know about that one. Boston's going to head to their first man advantage of the evening. Tavares on the far side on the draw with Krejci. Won it cleanly. Ceci right up front. Turned over Coyle. Follow one-timer. Saves the rebound. Scores. Krejci finds a bouncing puck in the slot. It's a power play goal. Boston 2. Toronto no score. 6 minutes and change into the hockey game. Coyle will get the only assist. An egregious turnover right in front of the net committed by the Maple Leafs. And the Bruins make you pay often on those, and they did tonight. As a one-timer hit the post, came right back out to Coyle, settled it down just enough to push that one home over the line. You'll see a good look at it here. This one hits the post, comes right back to Coyle, and I don't even think he really got it too cleanly. Just kind of picked it up enough out of the air to push it over the line, and Boston now with a 2-0 lead. The second one on the power play. Charlie Coyle, the lone assist. David Krejci, his second of the postseason. 2-0 Beantown early in the first here in Game 4. Nick Ritchie carries over the line for Boston. What a squandered opportunity this would be for the Maple Leafs. They dropped 2 in their building, so they let the Bruins tie the series up when they won the first 2 games of the series in Boston. Up front to John Tavares. Tavares unable to take the puck and get a shot away, and has it taken away from him. Now Andre Kasha. Kasha over the line, taken away from him. Here come the Maple Leafs. The captain, Tavares. Tavares looking for a trailer over to the far side. Stopped by Rask. Andreas Janssen. Glorious chance. Backhander, however, but still a great chance for Janssen. Tuukka Rask coming up big, keeping this a 2-goal advantage for his Bruins. Draw one and controlled by Boston in their own zone. Here's David Pastrnak. Pastrnak over the line, turned it over. Dermott. Now here come the Maple Leafs. First of 2 games tonight. Pittsburgh and Carolina from Raleigh will get underway at 6:30. Pittsburgh leads that series 2-1. Travis Dermott to Justin Hall. Now here come the Toronto Maple Leafs. Over the line is Kerfoot. Kerfoot in. Snapping one. Stopped by Rask. He'll freeze that. 11:22 to go in this first period. Face off right side of Rask. Kerfoot against Bergeron on the draw. Draw is going to be controlled by the Bruins. There's a weird glitch in the system there, but here's buzzing off the line, who came in to fire that one. Rask had to be sharp, made a save, as here comes the Boston Bruins. Marchand back to the line, Torrey Krug. Krug into the middle, DeBrusk gives it right back to Krug, who puts this one in deep. DeBrusk now in the battle down low, gets put out front. Maple Leafs control, they'll carry out. Ilya Mikheyev in front, Muzzin to Kapanen, stopped by Rask. Good chance for Kasperi Kapanen on the far side. Tuukka Rask holds on for the save. 2-0. Boston continues to lead here in Game 4. Toronto leads the series, however, 2-1. Muzzin a shot blocked. Here's Hyman. Hyman to Marner. Back to the line, Tony Ceci. He's knocked off the puck. Can't hold it. He'll put it in, but it's offside on Toronto with half a period to play. Not a lot of flow going here in this opening period. A lot of whistles, a lot of pucks frozen by the respective goaltenders. Boston, however, has found Twine twice. Once even strength, once on the power play. Goals scored by David Krejci and Patrice Bergeron. Puck sent down low. It'll be covered up by Frederik Andersen. He'll hold on to that harmlessly. And as we get all of 25 seconds off the clock. Very, very slow pace to this hockey game so far, which, if you're the Boston Bruins, is exactly what you want. You don't want to get in a shootout with these Toronto Maple Leafs, to let them wind it up and go end-to-end, play river hockey. That's what they're suited for. And the Boston Bruins kind of mucking up the trenches and slowing the Leafs down, exactly probably what their game plan was this evening. It's Freddie Gauthier at the line. Tries to put it down low. Kevin Miller takes it away, gets it up to Jake DeBrusk. DeBrusk over the line for Boston. DeBrusk out front. Grizzlick backhander, stopped by Anderson. DeBrusk tries to go out front, but a hard hit there. And now here come the Toronto Maple Leafs. Comes in front, Kyle Clifford. Jason Spezza. Down low hole. Right up front, a shot blocked, goes wide. To the line and held in by Spezza. Clifford on the far side. In the middle, Spezza taken away by Par Lindholm. And out come the Boston Bruins. Here is Jake DeBrusk. Nordstrom. Nordstrom poked off his stick. Freddie Gauthier now turned that one over back into the Maple Leaf zone. Lindholm shoots. Stopped by Anderson. He'll hold on to that. 7.5 minutes to go here in the first period. 2-0 in favor of the Boston Bruins. Hard hit there. Kyle Clifford catching Charlie Coyle. So it wasn't Charlie Coyle, but David Krejci. Krejci, a goal scorer in this hockey game. Here's Andreas Janssen leading a rush for the Leafs. Dropped off. Tavares in, shoot, save the rebound. They can't clear it. Here's Andreas Janssen to the line, Muzzin. Tavares, far side, one-timer, stopped by Rask. Keep your eye on these Leafs, certainly, as we're aware, high octane, high powered. 2-goal, 3-goal lead, 8-0 on these guys. We've seen the Maple Leafs come back multiple times. Tavares wins a draw back to Muzzin. His shot blocked. And out come the Boston Bruins. As now it's set deep into Boston territory, but knocked down by Torrey Krug, and here come the Bruins over the line the other way, but the Maple Leafs take it away right inside their blue line. Here's Andreas Janssen now. Janssen puts it in deep. Gathered there by Marner. Marner right out front. It comes to the line now, a drive shot blocked. Not sure how Marner didn't spot Janssen wide open. Now here comes Nick Ritchie. Ritchie in over the line on the far side of the near side, taken away by Tyson Barrie. 5.5 to play here in the first period. Still 2-0 Boston. Andreas Janssen over the line. Can't get a shot away. Back to the point, Riley. Janssen. Janssen high slot. Still circling. Can't find an option. To the line it comes, intercepted by Brad Marchand. Marchand over the line, into the middle it comes for Bergeron. Shot, save the rebound, Pasternak. Back to the point, Coyle. Pasternak on the near side. Pasternak, Marchand. Pasternak down low. Pasternak right out front. Can't get it to his man. Taken away by the Maple Leafs. 4.5 to play here in this first period. A drive there from the far side. Hyman kicked out by Tuukka Rask. And here come the Boston Bruins. Charlie Coyle up. Finds Pasternak now. Pasternak taken away from him by Morgan Riley. Here's Alex Kerfoot leading the rush near side for Toronto. Kerfoot in behind the goal. Circling, looking for a lane. Kerfoot back to the point, Jake Muzzin. Kerfoot now in the corner. Kerfoot. Out front it comes, a one-timer fanned on by Kasperi Kapanen, and here come the Boston Bruins. Marchand in the middle, Wagner. Wagner, Krug, drop shot. Krug, a shot blocked into the corner. It's going to come to Jake Muzzin. Now Torrey Krug in the middle, Brandon Carlo. Carlo to Chris Wagner. Wagner lost control. Wagner's got it again, though. In the corner. Out front, shot just wide. Good chance there for the Boston Bruins, but put wide of the goal. Here come the Maple Leafs. Ilya Mikheyev, he's tripped up. And Toronto will go to their first man advantage of the hockey game with just 2.5 to play in the first period. Down by 2. Mikheyev tripped up by Torrey Krug. Krug will enter the penalty box. He doesn't look thrilled with the call in the slightest. It's not going to matter. Tavares, Nylander, and Marner out there on the power play for Toronto. Barrie and Matthews at the point. Toronto was right to their number one power play unit. Fired down the ice by Boston, however. Gathered by Tyson Barrie. Goes off the wall, finds Mitch Marner. Leads a 3-on-2 rush Toronto. Nylander to Marner. Marner now in the corner. Back to the line, Barrie. Into the middle, there's Matthews. A drive, high and wide, Austin Matthews. Now Barrie to the near side, a shot. Blocked in front, comes harmlessly to Tuukka Rask. He'll hold on. Minute 20 to go in the Maple Leaf power play. $1:52 remaining in the first period. 2-0 Boston. Patrice Bergeron out there now has the opening goal of the game. The other Boston goal to David Krejci. Draw won by the Maple Leafs. Back to the line, a shot. Matthews put it wide. Marner down to the near side. Nylander stopped by Rask. Nylander another chance. Stopped by Rask. 95 seconds to go in the period. About 3 to play in the Maple Leaf power play. As the Boston Bruins bailed out by their goaltender, Tuukka Rask there, who's been tremendous in these Stanley Cup playoffs. Far side, Janssen lets one go. Shot blocked. Charlie McAvoy, up it comes and out it will go with 48 seconds of power play time remaining for the Maple Leafs. Ilya Mikheyev turned it over to Par Lindholm down low. Lindholm a backhander. Stopped by Anderson. Joachim Nordstrom. Now he's got it for the Bruins. Over to the far side, taken away Riley, and here come the Maple Leafs. 23 seconds of power play time remaining. Hyman, one-timer, far side, stopped by Rask. Andreas Janssen ripped that one on Rask, and a good stop turned in with 48.3 seconds remaining in the period. 16 seconds remaining on the Maple Leaf power play. John Tavares on the draw for Toronto. He'll win it cleanly from Bergeron. Now there's a Nylander shot, the one-timer just wide. Tavares down low, Marner. 4 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Tavares out front, stopped by Rask. We're back to 5-on-5. Maple Leafs buzzing, though. Here's Barrie in front. Marner. Matthews to Barrie. Barrie over to Marner. Near side. Tavares shooting. Stopped by Rask. Chance to clear for the Boston Bruins. Big Zdeno Chara carries out. Drops off Carlo. And now they will just pass it around. Rag the puck a little bit, so to speak. First time I said that phrase. Eastern phrase. It's an Eastern game, so I'll use it. Period comes to a close. 2-0 Boston leads. Try to tie this series up at 2 as the Maple Leafs lead at 2-1. First game goal of the game, 20 seconds in. Patrice Bergeron right there. Boston makes it 2-0 on this one. A power play goal. David Krejci. 2-0 Bees through 20 here in Toronto. 16-7 Leafs, though, shots. Maple Leafs lead 16-7 in shots on goal, but trail 2-0 where it counts. We are back inside the Scotiabank Arena here in Toronto as the second period is now underway. 2-0. Boston leads. This is game 4 of the Eastern Conference semifinal. Winner punches their ticket to the Eastern Conference final. Toronto trying to head to their first Eastern final since, I believe, 2004. Tripped up now is Mitch Marner in another Toronto power play. In Boston, trying to book a return trip to the Eastern Conference final. They went just last year. Big Zdeno Chara sits for tripping. As the Maple Leafs will win the draw and try to set up a power play attack. Sent in deep, Nylander. Back to the line. It splits the Leafs D and goes all the way down the ice. And Toronto is going to have to regroup. That's a lie. Last time the Maple Leafs in the Eastern Final was 2002. Shot stopped there by Rask. Barry out front, a drive from the line goes just wide. Par Lindholm in the middle. Brandon Carlo shovels that one down the ice. Down to $1:10, a power play time for Toronto as Tyson Barrie comes up the ice. An early second period power play for the Maple Leafs. Nylander to Barrie. Barrie shoots it. Good stop there by Tuukka Rask. Down the ice, knocked down in the just inside the Toronto line by Austin Matthews. Now here's Nylander back the other way. Nylander drops off Mikheyev, fresh off the bench. Mikheyev! Great save by Rask. Flashes the leather on Ilya Mikheyev, who was fresh off the bench. And I don't think Boston caught him on the change. We're going to draw deep in Bruin territory, as it will be 36 seconds remaining on the Maple Leaf power play. 2 minutes and 10 seconds gone in the period. Draw one by the Maple Leafs. Second unit out there now, Riley and Hyman. Riley back to Riley gets it back from Hyman. He shot it high and wide. Side of the goal, Kerfoot couldn't jam it home. Covered up by Tuukka Rask. He'll freeze that. 17:36 now remaining in the period. 22 seconds on the Maple Leaf power play. Trying to get on the board here is Toronto for the first time in the game. Back to the line, Riley, Hyman now far side. Save the rebound. Oh, what a stop by Rask. Kicked it out with the left pad on Andreas Johnsson. Down the ice it will go, and that will do it for the Maple Leaf power play. We're back to 5-on-5. What a stop by Tuukka Rask. Maintains this 2-0 Boston lead, and now here's Zdeno Chara. Big, powerful strides up the ice. Comes to Marchand. Shot stopped there by Anderson. Far side, Andreas Johnsson. 2-on-1, maybe Toronto. Kerfoot got Johnsson. Kerfoot instead drops off Mikheyev. He hits Hyman, the trailer. Oh, it trickles through the crease and wide. In deep, it's Andreas Johnsson. Johnsson to the net. Kicked out McAvoy. The rebound clears it harmlessly. Here come the Bruins. Nick Ritchie, bit of a frenetic pace to this second period we didn't see in the first. And so far it looks to benefit Toronto. Andreas Johnsson takes a bump as he puts it in deep. Charlie McAvoy right in front. Zdeno Chara, who gets it to Charlie Coyle, the veteran. Over the line on the far side for Boston is Coyle. Coyle out front. Oh, great chance fire for Pasternak. Kicked out with the right pad by Freddie Anderson of the Maple Leafs. Now here's Nick Ritchie in the battle with Jake Muzzin. Kicked loose. Taken away by Freddie Gauthier. Here come the Maple Leafs. Put in deep by Gauthier. Gathered there, here with it, Kevin Miller. Miller finds Coyle up to Pasternak. Pasternak into the middle, Grizzly. Boston trying to get their top line out there now. Here's a chance there for Nick Ritchie, who got shot steered aside there by Frederick Anderson. And here come the Maple Leafs. 14:10 to play here in the period. Put in deep by Kevin Miller. Gathered by Kevin Miller. Grizzly up to Anders Bjork. Bjork over the line, far side. Drops off Carlo. He's right off the bench, a drive. Stopped there by Anderson. Had to be sharp on that bomb from the line. Carlo's already got one in the series. Torrey Krug. In fact, it was last game. Krug in behind his own goal. Comes out, sends this up to Jake DeBrusk. DeBrusk over the line near side. Tries to center it in front, taken away by Travis Dermott. Dermott over the line, far side for the Maple Leafs. Dermott lost control of it, and here come the Bruins. Over the line here. 2-on-1, Krejci, he's got Bjork. Decides to delay and allow a couple of Leafs to catch up. Bjork turned it over. Now here comes the Maple Leafs once more. Here's Nylander, drops off Dermott. Hold a shot, stopped by Rask. He'll freeze that. 12:13 to go in the period. Game 5 of this series will happen regardless of the result tonight. We'll go in Boston Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. Austin Matthews, a one-timer to the far side. Marner's robbed. Sorry, Hyman was robbed by Tuukka Rask with the glove hand. Zach Hyman got hot toward the end of that Tampa Bay series, but he's cooled off significantly. And Zach Hyman nearly had his first in a couple of games there. Nick Ritchie up to Andre Kasha. Kasha over the line for Boston. Now into the middle, looking for Nick Ritchie. Couldn't get a shot away. Still 2-0 Boston. A hard hit there. Zdeno Chara comes together now with Muzzin. Tries to keep it in. Cannot do so. Good job by Muzzin to just get it out. Force the Bruins to regroup. Now here's Marner. Marner over the line. Into the middle. Trying to get it past Ritchie. Cannot do so. Now here's a chance. Hyman. Hyman over to Muzzin. Muzzin. Excuse me, I thought the Maple Leafs are going the other way for a second, but here they come now. Mitch Marner shooting, save, rebound, comes out front. Matthews can't pull the trigger. Back to Marner. Muzzin, Ceci. Muzzin and Ceci trade at the line. Far side one, diver kicked out with the right pad by Tuukka Rask. Unbelievable as Tuukka Rask in between the pipes, out of his mind tonight in the Boston crease. There's Kasha, shots and the rebound now kicked out by Frederik Andersen. It hasn't been much worse for Toronto. Now here's Mikheyev. Over the line shot, it's stopped made by Rask. Trying to get it out front, Mikheyev. Taken by Andre Kasha. Kasha into the middle, Grzelcyk. Now it's going to come to Joakim Nordstrom. Into the middle there it comes out loose in front, they score! Bounce right back to Joakim Nordstrom, his second of the series in the playoffs. 3-0 Boston. Bit of a broken play, and it just comes right to Nordstrom, who didn't even get all of it, but it handcuffs Andersen, goes 5-0, and the Bees up by 3 here in the second period of Game 4. Sorry, hoodie was a little hot, had to do a mid-broadcast change. But we're back and we're underway. 3-0 Bees after Joakim Nordstrom buries it on Frederik Andersen to make it 3-0 Boston. Shot now from a near distance, stopped by Andersen, and the Maple Leafs trying to get it out. They cannot do so. As Frederik Andersen now had made some big saves, but you look, he let in the first shot of the hockey game. Coughs, the second one not his fault by any stretch of the imagination, but that third one just handcuffed as it slipped 5-0 on him. And Maple Leafs, who last check were out shooting the Bruins quite heavily, now trail 3-0. Hard to not look at the goaltender in this instance. Here's Jason Spezza all the way back into his own zone. Turned over though, but Justin Hall in there to help out right in front of his own goal. Here's Kyle Clifford along the far side. Clifford, long shot, up off the shoulder, and it goes wide. Now it's going to come to the near side. Brad Marchand has control. Marchand over to David Pasternak. Pasternak, right up front. There's a chance for Bergeron, scores! One-timer for Patrice Bergeron, second of the night. And oh boy, Jack Campbell maybe getting ready to come off the bench. 4-0 Boston. Bruins looking to rout the Maple Leafs back-to-back games in their own building. Right now on pace to do just that, up 4-0 in the second period. As no, they're going to keep Freddie between the pipes. 7:06 to go in the frame. 4-0 the Bruins lead. I know we talk about the Maple Leafs high-powered offense, but now down by 4, you're going to have to start taking chances, and Boston just as capable with the likes of Marchand and Pasternak and Bergeron with 2 goals tonight, and many more than that. to jump on you when you take opportunities. So not looking good. Down 4-0 to the President's Trophy winners here in their own building in Game 4. And man, what a turn of events that would be. Maple Leafs firmly in the driver's seat after winning the first 2 games in Boston. Now down by 4 in their own building with a chance for the Bruins to come back home and turn this into a best of 3 and rip home ice advantage back with 2 convincing victories. But still, a little bit of hockey left. We'll see what happens. It's right out front it comes. Jake Muzzin unable to bury it on Tuukka Rask there. Muzzin perhaps not the one you want in front to take that shot, but good opportunity nonetheless. Here's Ilya Mikheyev, near side, right out front it comes, and a good chance taken there, way there by Grzelcyk, who gets just fucking slingshotted into his own goalie for some reason. As we swear on this broadcast, what's the FCC gonna do? Can't touch me. CRTC, bring it, baby. Here's the Boston Bruins with an offensive zone drop. Won cleanly by the Maple Leafs, trailing big time in this hockey game. On the far side is Kyle Clifford. Clifford right in front, Freddie Gauthier, shot, stopped by Rask. As Gauthier, who's been hot at times in this series, trying to get the Maple Leafs on the board. Second period, who's trailed by 4-0. Boston leads. 30 saves turned in by Rask, however, so a huge night by the Boston netminder, and tough look at the other end for Frederik Andersen, who over the line is Charlie Coyle. Offside, he'll carry, I should say. Charlie McAvoy was the one who was a little bit jumping the gun for the Bruins at the line. As a face-off comes just outside the Maple Leaf blue line. It's won by the Boston Bruins. Andre Kasha over the line on the far side, crushed by Morgan Rielly. Rielly gets up the ice. It's going to come to Clifford. Clifford over to Rielly. Rielly down low. Clifford back to the line. Barry Gauthier scores! Freddie Gauthier's got the Leafs on the board. As the Maple Leafs, maybe a bit of a statement goal before the second's out that they won't go away. Cut the lead to 4-1. As Freddie Gauthier gets a wrister, goes off the post and in on Tuukka Rask, who had to see through some bodies, and I just don't think picked up that puck very cleanly through the crowd. 4-1 Boston now, with 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the second period. As the Toronto Maple Leafs try to orchestrate a massive comeback on home ice. It's going to be sent in deep by Toronto. Got up the wall. There's Matthews to Hyman. Hyman couldn't get a shot away. Back to the point. It'll come. Intercepted, though, by Brad Marchand. And here come the Boston Bruins. Marchand back in front, taking away the Maple Leafs control. Now here comes Mitch Marner. Marner a clear break. Marner in, waiting. Drops off Matthews. He's got it right back. Matthews not shooting. A little too cutesy, the Toronto Maple Leafs get. Trying to dish this puck around. Under 2 to play here in the second period. Boston, here's a rush for them. Pasternak into the middle, Bergeron, 2-9, drops off Krug. Krug a shot, save the rebound. Marchand, chance, stopped by Andersen. He'll freeze that. We're going to draw deep in Maple Leaf territory. 1:22 to play in the second period. After this, at 6:30, we'll have the Pittsburgh Penguins taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. DeBrusk back to the line. Tarlow put in deep. Gathered here, Anders Bjork. Right up front, they score! Little give and go action. Jake DeBrusk, first goal since game 1 of the Columbus series in the first round. But he's got another one here. It's 5-1 Boston. Former Red Deer Rebel. That's an angry goal. Been a little cold, has Jake DeBrusk. So he just walks into the high slot, gets a pass, and buries his head, rips it. By Frederik Andersen, the Bruins back on top by 4. It's 5-1. .103 to go in the second period. DeBrusk from Bjork and Carlo. And the Boston Bruins who sensed maybe a bit of a rebellion coming from the Toronto Maple Leafs. Quash it seconds later. And the Maple Leafs right back to where they found themselves moments ago, down by 4. But here's a chance up front, they score! Another one for Toronto. Back and forth they go in the last couple minutes of the second. Andreas Johnsson, third of the playoffs. 24 seconds left in the period. Nylander and Justin Hall get the assist. Nylander out front, and Andreas Johnsson, similar to the DeBrusk goal, just rips it by Tuukka Rask. It is 5-2 Bruins. Give the Leaf faithful something to cheer about after all going into the third period. Deficits cut to 3. Certainly not an easy hill to climb. It's probably a mountain. But nonetheless, we've seen the Leafs come back from 3 down before. As last 15 seconds of the period is coming up. Muzzin to the near side. Cody Ceci over to Jake Muzzin. Ceci in the middle. Down into the corner it comes. Grzelcyk in the battle with Kerfoot. That'll do it for period number 2. Boston will take a 5-2 lead into the third period. As the Maple Leafs in very, very grave danger of taking a 2-0 series lead out of Boston and coughing it right back up in Toronto. Bergeron's third of the game made it 4-0. But this one makes it 5-2. The Leafs come right back seconds after the Bruins score their 5th. 5-2 Bs after 40 here in Toronto. See what the shots are in that second. Closer. Back inside the Scotiabank Arena here in Toronto, Ontario. Bruins and Leafs, Game 4 of this Eastern Conference semifinal. About to get underway. The third period about to get underway, I should say. Bruins with a 5-2 lead. 32-20, however, the Maple Leafs lead in shots on goal. So certainly not a good look for the goaltender for Toronto. Of course, that's Frederik Andersen, and yeah, indeed it is. I thought it was coming, and it is going to be an early Boston power play coming up. Long shot, glove down, Frederik Andersen. He'll hold on to it, but just 48 seconds into the period, Mitch Marner will head to the box for hooking. And here it is here. That's an awfully weak call in the Stanley Cup playoffs, but it's a call nonetheless. Boston to the man advantage. Already got one on the night. They're 1 for 1 on one shot on goal. 1 for 1 with one shot, and there's a stop there by Frederik Andersen. Had to be sharp as Nick Ritchie ripped the one-timer. Boston, as said, trying to get this series back home, tied at 2 apiece. Game 5 will go Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock. Hard hit. 2 o'clock Mountain, 4 o'clock Eastern. Here come the Maple Leafs over the line. Willie Nylander tries to go out front. Maple Leafs controlling the offensive zone, short-handed now. Gathered out of their own zone by the Boston Bruins, trying to get a power play rush here. Here's Charlie Coyle. $1:13 remaining on the Boston power play. Coyle over the line, turned over hole. Now right up front, Ritchie shot it, blocked by Dermott. Here comes Toronto back the other way. With it here, this is Zach Hyman. Hyman tries to step around his man, right in front of Dermott. On, stopped by Rask. Dermott nearly short-handed, cuts the Boston lead to 2, but here come the Bruins back the other way. Power play rush, back to McAvoy. Coyle, McAvoy right in front. Can't get it to his man. Bruins able to take it right back inside the zone, though, but the Maple Leafs able to get it out, and maybe a chance to clear here. They'll take it into the Boston zone. That should do it for the Boston man advantage. Dermott puts it in deep, back to 5-on-5. Zach Hyman, Willie Nylander, out to Marner, who's fresh out of the penalty box. Nylander, back up top, Ceci, right in front. Hyman, a backhander, kicked out with the right pad by Tuukka Rask. Now here comes Boston. Charlie Coyle, Boston out front, picked off cleanly by Cody Ceci. But Bruins try to get it right back, and they will control the offensive zone once more. Right out front, Coyle! Shot wide of the goal. Toronto out-shooting Boston by a hefty margin, but it's turnovers like that inside their own zone that are just killers. 4 minutes into the third period, 5-2 Boston leads. Grzelcyk trying to carry out over to the center. He will get it over to the near side, Marchand. In the middle, picked off by Mitch Marner. Now Andreas Janssen over the line, far side. Janssen out front, knocked down. Brad Marchand tries to get it up Pasternak. Here comes Brad Marchand over the line. Marchand taken away from him, but he's got it right back. Brad Marchand drops off. Kerfoot takes away. Here is Alex Kerfoot. Kerfoot tried to take it around Charlie McAvoy, cannot do so, and here come the Boston Bruins. Parlin home over the line, shot, glove save, Anderson. He'll make the stop and hold on. As we're going to draw up. Deep in Toronto Maple Leaf territory. 14:34 to go in the third period. 5-2, Boston continues to lead. Draw one to the line, hammered toward the net, stopped by Anderson. It's going to come up top, taken away by Kasperi Kapanen, and the Leafs will put it in deep after gaining the line. Brandon Carlo got it up to Chris Wagner. Wagner to the far side, Joachim Nordstrom. Nordstrom over the line. Joachim Nordstrom still takes it in behind the goal. Right out front, Carlo can't get a shot away. Spun and fired down the ice by Toronto. It's going to be icing on the Maple Leafs with 13 and a half minutes to go in the third period. As Sheldon Keefe has got to be pretty unhappy with his team tonight. A chance to put the Bruins on the brink after blowing an opportunity in Game 3. Looks like another blown opportunity here, and man, it just goes to show that, you know, Mitch Morrison, who's done a color on a couple of games for the Leafs this playoffs, absolutely right. After they went up 2-0 in Boston, he said you never know with these two teams. The Maple Leafs often find a way to choke it. And it looks like they'll choke back-to-back nights, back-to-back games, I should say, on home ice. And cough up the 2-0 lead, but 12.5 to play, a 3-goal deficit. Still somewhat maybe in the cards for the Maple Leafs to erase. Here's Freddie Gauthier. He's got one of the Maple Leaf goals. Kyle Clifford up the ice. Clifford now. Clifford on the far side. Goes down low. Gauthier. Gauthier takes in behind the goal. Knocked off the puck cleanly by Krejci. Bruins take it out. Anders Bjork on the far side. Bjork over the line for Boston. Knocked off the puck. It's going to roll harmlessly right to Frederik Andersen, who's going to cover that one up with 11 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the hockey game. It's down by 3 every second. Valuable now to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Out comes the Maple Leafs here. On the far side, Anderson over to the far side. Tried to get it to Tavares. Could not do so. Puck at the line. Bobbling around. And here come the Boston Bruins. It's going to come to Zdeno Chara. Chara back to the line. McAvoy. Charlie Coyle. Coyle in, tries to put it in deep, cannot do so. Here come the Maple Leafs. With it here, William Nylander out front. Andreas Janssen shoots, saves the rebound right on the goal line. Boston somehow finds a way to clear as it stays out. Here comes Andre Kasha. Into the middle, Ritchie. Kasha. Chara scores! Big Zdeno Chara, the captain, his first of the postseason. 6-2 Boston. Chara, the trailer into the zone, up high on Frederik Andersen. All over but the crying now. It's the Boston Bruins, who dropped the first 2 at home, are indeed going to come in the T-dot and take them both to tie this series up at deuces. 10:02 to play. As the Maple Leafs now trailing by 4 with just under, I should say, half a period to play in regulation. That is not a mountain. That's a whole stratosphere you got to climb. You may as well be trying to get to the moon, trying to erase a 4-goal deficit with just over 9 to play against the President's Trophy winners, one of the best defensive teams in the league, who just happens to have Tuukka Rask in between the pipes. Justin Holl from the line, shot blocked. Here come the Boston Bruins. Marchand to the near side, David Pasternak, wiring one, steered aside there by Frederik Andersen. Now Jake Muzzin with it on the near side. Off the wall it comes. Marchand put it back into Matt Grzelcyk. Here's Brad Marchand to the near side. Par Lindholm. Now Marchand right in front. Shot blocked away there. David Pasternak right in front. Lindholm. Stop made by Frederick Anderson. Excuse me. Is here just a hair under 8 minutes to play in this third period. Boston 6, Toronto 2. Bruins will take this series back to Boston, tied up at deuces, turn it into a best of 3, and regain home ice advantage, which Toronto stole convincingly, which the Bruins have just as much, if not more convincingly, swiped back here in Toronto. Kapanen to Dermott. Dermott right out front. Kerfoot shot stop made by Rask. Here is Wagner. Wagner drops off Carlo. Now Par Lindholm out of the zone. 7 minutes just under to play here in this third period. Joachim Nordstrom back to Par Lindholm. Lindholm into the line. Lindholm shot. Save the rebound. Put off the post by Joachim Nordstrom, looking for his second of the night. Now there's Torrey Krug, a drive. Put just wide. Stick save made by Frederick Anderson. Here come the Maple Leafs. Kapanen, Dermott, Hall, Dermott trying to get a shot away. Cannot. Par Lindholm in the high slot. Just Barry Kapanen. Now to Gauthier. Gauthier is shot off the pad of Tuukka Rask up high and wide. Here comes now the Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs turn it over, I should say, as they come back into the offensive zone. Gauthier won't take that one to the net. Back to the line, Morgan Riley. A drive shot blocked, goes wide. 5 minutes, 9 seconds to play here in this third period. 6-2 for the Boston Bruins. Here is Jake DeBrusk shot. Now he got it away and kept alive by Frederick Anderson, who I think is just interested in getting the heck out of here. Regrouping for Game 5 back in Boston Sunday afternoon. Morgan Riley to Freddie Gauthier. Gauthier knocked off the puck. Joachim Nordstrom. Now into the middle. Here's David Krejci. Jake DeBrusk will put this one in deep. 4 minutes to go in this third period. As here come the Toronto Maple Leafs up over the line. Kyle Clifford. Clifford tried to go in front. Cannot do so. Goes off the side of the goal. Clifford now. Clifford right in front. Blocker save made by Tuukka Rask. This now is Boston over the line. Back to the point. McAvoy. Bjork far side. One-timer. Good blocker save made by Frederick Anderson. David Krejci in the corner battling there with Tyson Barrie. Here come the Maple Leafs. 2:43 to go in the period. All over by the Academics now as the rest of this thing is a formality. It's in behind Rask. And he found that one to freeze it before Maple Leaf could to poke that home. 2.5 to go in the third period. Right after this, in about 15 minutes time, we will head to Raleigh, North Carolina, for Game 4 of the Pittsburgh-Carolina series. Pittsburgh up 2-1 in that series. Shot there from Jake Muzzin, gloved down easily by Tuukka Rask with 2.25 to play. Draw to the right of Tuukka Rask here. Coyle against Austin Matthews, won by Matthews. But the Bruins able to take it away as we approach the final 2 minutes now of regulation time. I shouldn't say regulation time, I should say the game, because the Maple Leafs are going to drop this one by a wide margin, 6-2 Boston. Maple Leafs in back-to-back games will have coughed up 8 and at least 6. Depending on what happens here as a weak little backhander comes on to Tuukka Rask. He'll make no problem keeping that one out. He'll freeze it now. Draw won by the Boston Bruins. There's $1.25 remaining in the period. Brad Marchand over the line. Marchand looking to the point, dropping off. Grzelcyk, a hard hit. Pasternak shot blocked. There's a hard hit on Grzelcyk, slow to get up. But here come the Maple Leafs. 50 seconds remain. John Tavares shot stop made by Tuukka Rask. He'll hold on to that. So this series will go on Sunday afternoon in Boston, 2 p.m. puck drop. And we'll play at least one more after that, too, as this series is guaranteed to at least go 6 games. Game 6 will be back here in Toronto. That'll be on Tuesday night. Draw to the left of Rask, won by the Leafs. Shot blocked. Pasternak going to try to get this one out. Final 40 seconds of the game. Here we're in them. As Pasternak tries to take it around, his man can't. Here come the Maple Leafs. John Tavares, far side circling. Back to Nylander, Muzzin. Muzzin in the middle as Pasternak takes it away. Now here come the Bruins. We're into garbage time. We've been into garbage time for a long while. Out front it comes. Bergeron, Chara to the near side. Can't get a shot away. Zdeno Chara tries to take it away from him. Back it comes out. Gathered here by Kevin Miller. Miller D-to-D with Chara as the final seconds will tick off. Boston going to win Game 4. 6-2. The final. Series even. The Boston Bruins come into Toronto and outscore the Maple Leafs 14-6 in the 2 games here in the Scotiabank Arena. Not what you want if you're a fan of the Buds, as the Boston Bruins torch the Maple Leafs in both games 3 and 4. Game 3, 8-4. Game 4, 6-2. Maple Leafs made it interesting a couple of times, or somewhat interesting as a 3-goal game can get. But the Boston Bruins responded every time. That's the mark of a good team. Never let a down dog back into it. This is what ended up your game winner. It was the third of the night. A little bit of a fluky one for Joakim Nordstrom. 6-2 the final, and the Buds cough up a 2-0 lead. Series now 2-2. Your 3 stars, 39 stops for Tuukka Rask. He's your first star. 2 goals for Patrice Bergeron and 2 assists for David Pasternak is your third star. That'll do it. Come back in about 10 minutes for Game 4 of Carolina and Pittsburgh. We'll see you then. Smell you in a few.